Hello, and this is your post-Boxing Day video, and we're going to take a look at Kingdom Arcee. Now, from what I can gather, this is identical to Earthrise Arcee, which I didn't get. You know what? I don't think I've ever had an official Arcee figure before. I think the only one I've ever had is this oversized KO Generations. But it's nice to have an Arcee. Yeah. Little lady, bless her. You know, she doesn't get a lot of attention because, you know, she's a bit lame. Oh, and the Prime ones don't count because they're not the same character. You know, she's fine. She's a little derpy car. How little, you might ask? Well, in case you've got him, it's Studio Series Dino. So they're about the same sort of size. She's a little bit more compact, I'd say. She's got that aesthetic they had in the 86 film where it's all open cockpits all the time. Because heaven forbid you live somewhere where it rains. But then I don't know why you drive around a bright pink car anyway. But it doesn't matter. It's got the little fin on top, which is sort of semi-translucent plastic. I don't know why. Little horsepower symbol. Enclosed wheels that are translucent. Back's not really that great. Apparently you can put effects on there to make it look like she's got engines, but she really doesn't. It's fine. It's a little boxy car. What more do you want? The problem comes in when you turn it upside down, and that's the entire robot mode, and then a car shell. And this is the textbook definition of a shell former, because people have literally removed the car mode and had two separate figures. You know, they've had the car, they've had the robot, and there's no difference to either one. But I didn't have high hopes for this figure because I know people hate it. So I'm just going to review it to see what I think of it. So I guess we should transform it. As step one, we need to pop the legs loose. So we're just going to get the knees from being tucked in there. Just get one side, fold it all the way out. Get the other side, fold it all the way out. Now if we can, I'm going to reach in here and get the hand, fold that so the arm's all the way out. Do this side. Yeah, that's all the way out. Okay. While I'm at it, I'm just going to grab this little lump at the front that it's kind of obvious in the vehicle mode. You get this out, and that's a weapon. We'll talk more about that in a bit. I'm going to get this whole thing, and basically the entire car shell is, if you can see it, just there behind the head, dreaded double hinge. Double hinge the whole thing out to about there. So yeah, you can literally just detach that and have the car and the robot separate. So as it's already trying to fold up, you know, just to get these tabs out, which don't hold very well, but we'll get them out. I'm going to get this untabbed from there. There's a little slot there and a little tab on top. Get that out, fold it underneath and into place. That one's already popped loose, fold that into place. And fold these wheels under. Okay. Wriggle this. See, this is where mine gets a bit. Right. I think the easiest way to do it is there's this piece here, which isn't on that side. What you need to do is press this in and pull. This is actually a spring-loaded hook gimmick. See in there? It's a weird little gimmick in there. I'm not sure exactly how it works, but it is. And it goes into this hook. So you actually take this off. And you can leave it on for the transformation, it's fine. But sometimes it's easier to just take it off. What you need to do is get this white piece down on a slider. Come on, slide down. There you go, slide down. And turn it around, and you can lift this all the way over the top if you want, but just need to lift it enough. At which point we're going to take the opportunity to fold this little nosy bit in, wheels in, wheels in, and we'll leave that there for a second. You know what? We'll tidy the robot mode up. So we'll get the double hinge, we'll get it all the way down onto the back like that. swivel the hips around so all the detail kind of lines up nice and tidy. Let's see there. Straighten the leg out. Rotate it around, try and get the details to line up so it's nice. It's thigh swivel, so you can turn it. But there's also a thigh swivel at the top here as well. So she's got 2 thigh swivels, but fine. Straighten the arms out. That's basically RC in robot mode. And you know what? You can't complain about it. That's a pretty nice RC. Pretty nice indeed. That's how she should look. I don't like the faux chest, faux thing at the back there, but nitpick, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. And this piece, you can apparently shove all this, tidy up, blah blah blah. And there's a peg there for an action gimmick and a peg there for an action gimmick. And you've got little holes in the bottom of the feet there, and you can stand on them. You can use it as a surfboard. You know what? I'm more okay with it than I should be. It's fine. It doesn't bother me at all. Probably should, but doesn't. Okay. And she's got a little pistol, which looks pretty terrible, to be honest with you, especially in that plastic. Why they keep doing this, I don't know. And you can put it in her hand, and she can have a little pistol. And she go, ha! Pew, 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 pew. She can pretend she's an old West gunfighter and try and hip fire it. Draw. It's not very big. It's not very impressive either. I wish you could attach it to the hip like the Generations figure, but she can't. You can try and put it back where it was in the vehicle mode, but now her head's in the way. So the only other place I've found is there in the bum. Sorry, I'm going to put this in the bum. There's nothing I can do about it, it's there. And if the tab was slightly more off-center, it'd look a bit better, because now it's sticking out a mile that side. It's fine, it's weapon storage, it's okay, and the weapon's not impressive anyway. But now, we'll go back to attaching this, because you can, again, leave it on for vehicle mode. Sorry, for the whole transformation, it's just a lot easier to take it off, to be honest with you. It looks a lot tidier if you take it off. So we get that out, turn it around, and lean this back a little bit. So these pieces just slide into a gap there and a gap there. And they'll only go in the one way, so we'll just line them up, slide them in, get the one with a little clip. There you go, into place, into place, into place. Now these have got the big tabs here that go into that slot and that slot. Getting these in is more art than science, to be honest with you. Because I've done it, and they hold super securely, but I've only managed to do it once. Come on. There you go. Hold. Okay. You. There you go. Okay, okay. It's easier if you can hold pieces to, give it more support, because otherwise you just push the pieces further in. There she is with all that on the back. And it's a lump, don't get me wrong, it's an absolute massive backpack, but due to the fact they've given her giant heels, which don't bother me that much, she holds it really well. And considering you can use it as a little transport device and yada yada yada, I'll let it off. You know what? I'll let him off with it. Off, not orf. I don't know what I was doing. Size comparison, let's just pan this up a little bit. My oversized KO die-cast Generations Arcee, which for some reason the face is dirty. Give me a second to try and tidy that off. Yeah. Now, this backpack looks a little bit better at the top here. Looks a little bit more, because you can't see all the stuff behind it. I kind of wish the face was pink and all the rest of it, but I'm not sure if she actually was in the cartoon. I can't remember off the top of my head. This has got a nice body, yada yada yada. This has clearly got less paint. But again, this is a KO, and I've had to attach that Autobot symbol myself. She's got all the extra weapons and the guns that plug into the thighs, which they could have done here quite easily, but they didn't. But which backpack do you prefer, frankly? Because they're much the same. Whereas this one can be used as a transport device, yada yada yada. This, I think you can use it as a shield, but you got to pull this middle piece out and all the rest of it. I don't like it. Don't like doing that at all. So if this had better weapons like this and better ways to store them, this I think I might prefer. Because even now, I mean, these arms, granted, they're masterpiecey kind of size rather than deluxe. They don't look as nice as these. For some reason, these look a lot more thin and frail and weedy. And I don't want to mean that as a bad thing. It adds more to the aesthetic. These just look like not super thick robot arms. And the face seems a lot more joyful and optimistic rather than, hey hon, are you looking for a good time? You know what I mean? Like the lipstick and... I like this, don't get me wrong, this is well engineered. I assume that the Generations figure is just as good, because it's the same thing but smaller. But this is my first proper official normal RC, not the Prime version, so I'll accept her. She's pretty good. Pretty good indeed. So we'll go for a size comparison that isn't a KO, and we'll go for Generations, whatever it is, Golden Disc Jackpot. Should RC be as big as basically Jazz? Don't know. Possibly. Oh, by the way, people want to know how I fixed the head. The paint's not perfect. Basically, I just filed it until it was flush and then touched up the paint. It's not perfect, but it's a lot better than having that weird split down it. Oh, so, does she deserve all the hate she gets? I mean, if you got the Earthrise and then you got the Kingdom and they're exactly the same, and if you got the Cyberverse, which I believe is basically the same thing again, but in more cutesy cartoon styling. But this is the only one I've got, and as it's the only one I've got, it gets away with it. She's got universal joint, swivel, like double knee, ankle a little bit forward, all the way back, swivel, universal, swivel, what's that? I don't know. Huge degree. She's got a little bit of inside and out wrist. Not sure why, but she does. Maybe I've transformed her wrong. And the head's on a ball joint, I think, but it's a little bit hindered because of the neck and stuff like that, but it doesn't matter. She gets away with it. She gets a pass. And you know what? I've actually been messing with her quite a lot. She's actually quite fun. She's quite cute to have. So anyway, I'm going to scarp her. So this is the video I'll put up today. I might do another one later for tomorrow, because I said I'd spam you until New Year to make up for not doing it for about a week. Yeah, sounds fair. So, I should Richard, and I shall see all of you in the next one, where I turn this into that using some clothes pegs and an old pair of sandals. I'm kidding, I'm not doing that. I don't know. I don't even know why I said that. Bye.